Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well and doing fine. So today we have three groups for this reading. The topic of the reading is, what does this person think about me? This is a general reading, so take it however it resonates and leave the rest. So let's start with this reading, shall we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3, right? I'll repeat again. This is group number 1, this is group number 2, and this is group number 3. I have reshuffled the cards, right? Just to save some time so we can, focus more on the reading. Right? Now, if I may, I just want to show them up close to you as well. Okay, this is from the left side. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, so that you can clearly see. Pause the video and just pick a pile which resonates the most. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start with group number 1. I'll put these aside so that we can start, right? Okay. For group number 1, please visualize the person you want to get the reading about, right? The first card here is freedom. Okay, it says, live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence, right? First of all, this person thinks about you that you are a very freedom loving person, or maybe you don't follow the norms, or you don't follow the customs or the rules, or maybe you have your own way of thinking and you're not the routine black and white person. You're a very colorful person, right? And I think that this is a very prominent quality in you, right? I have this feeling when I see this card is that they want you to assist them, or they want to assist you on your journey towards freedom. Maybe you like traveling a lot, or maybe you're in general, you are a person who thinks out of the ordinary, you think out of the box, maybe, or maybe you have good ideas in your head, or you're what I am getting is that maybe you are an air energy like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or maybe these signs are strongly presented in your birth chart. But I am seeing that this person wants to go with you, or wants to be with you, or wants to accompany you, and they are kind of impressed by your thinking. They're kind of impressed by your, maybe your lifestyle, or how you perceive the world, or how you are living in the world. They really like your out of the box approach. This is what I'm seeing. It has come in a positive light, right? Let's see what other cards are here for. The other card here is Sage, quiet time. It says, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Okay, like what I see here is that this person is closely observing you. They might be stalking your social media to get more information about you, or maybe they're digging up more information about you, asking your friends about you, like what type of things you want. Like I feel that this person is impressed by your freedom loving qualities, because they themselves are like maybe they feel restricted by the society around them, or maybe they have to follow the rules, and like you're very brave while breaking the rules, or maybe you just live by your own rules and you don't care about other people. Maybe like this is how they see you, that this person is very aloof, like, and they see these as your positive qualities, and somehow they're kind of impressed by it. And I feel like they're observing you, like why do you behave like this. They're trying to study you, they're trying to understand the psychology behind your behavior. And they're like, I am not this type of a person. I am usually a quiet introverted person, maybe, or maybe I keep my thoughts to my head. And group number 1 is quite outspoken, and group number 1 is quite expressive, and somehow they want to understand you. They want to understand why you are like this, and they want to I feel like this person wants to be with you, or like wants to get along with you. They want you to accept them. That is why they are like kind of studying you, like that. And there may be some distance between you two. Maybe they are not talking to you, or maybe you two are not talking with each other right now. Maybe you two are distant people, like this person is looking at you from afar. So maybe you might be, living in it might be a distant relationship, or you might be, not very close right now, right? This is what I am getting from the start. Then we have faith in your dreams. Yeah, like waxing crescent moon. I am seeing that this person has faith that maybe you will give them a chance, or maybe you will start liking them, or maybe if they can, study your behaviors, or kind of like try to understand why you are a certain way, they can, relate to you more. They are very hopeful to have good meaningful relation with you, to make good boundaries, make good bonds with you, right? Maybe you two have been separated for a long time, or maybe there is a distance between you two. So they're like, we can, overcome this distance. And even if there are like certain gaps, or maybe my personality type is quite different from group one's personality type, but dreams can come true. Like they are quite hopeful with regards to you, right? Then we have these tarot decks. The first one is the Four of Wands. In tarot, usually we refer to the Four of Wands as a marriage card. It says, in your arms I have found my home, let's build a beautiful life together. Hashtag wedding vibes, hashtag happily ever after. Okay, what I see is that maybe they think that you two can be a good match. You two can have a good relationship together, can spend your life together, or you two can have a good bond, good understanding. And I feel like Loki, this person is quite attracted to you. This person thinks you are like quite optimistic, or quite open minded, and quite a different thinker, and this really intrigues them. Maybe this person is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, so they have strong these signs strongly presented in their charts. They might be a Sagittarius as well, Aries or Leo, like fire sign is quite prominent here as well. But I see that this person wants like some sort of a relationship with you, maybe marriage with you, or maybe they want to date you. Like if you guys don't know each other yet, they want, they want you to also get to know them, right? But currently I'm seeing that they are away, like there is a distance between you two. Then we have the sorry, then we have the Ace of Swords, right? It says, the perfect tool to cut through any problem and bring a smile to my face. Ace of Swords, problem solving, happy chick. Okay, what I see here is that they want to, there is this big desire to talk to you. Actually, there is this desire to be able to call you whenever they want, to be able to text you however they want, to be able to tell you what they actually feel. Like there is this need to be able to communicate with you. There's this urge that I want to tell them how I feel. Like, you see that this chicken toy's mouth is grasped right now here. Like they want to say, but there is this thing like, now is not the time that I should express myself. Now is not the time that I should say this and that. Maybe I should try to remain in the friend zone. Like there are these thoughts coming in their head that they should speak, that they should confess their love, or maybe confess their interest towards you, that they want this and that out of this situation. So there is this urge, there is this need to communicate, but right now they're kind of suppressing it, like it's not the right time. Okay, then we have Mm, okay, then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups talks about overflowing love. It talks about being in love, actually, to be very straightforward. Okay, let's read it out. Nothing beats a warm cup of tea at 35,000 feet. Travel vibes, Ace of Cups. Okay, uh, how I see it here is that they love you, actually. Like, they like you, okay? They have a crush on you, or they may be infatuated by you. They love, your sweetness and your openness. Maybe you're blunt in some areas of your life, and they actually like that. They like your qualities. About this cup of coffee or cup of tea, maybe they want to ask you out on a date. They want to ask you to hang out with them, to get to know them. Like, there is also this desire that only I am getting to know group number one. I want group number one to understand me as well and get to know me as well. Like, there is this a big hesitation towards, speaking up what is in their heart, but maybe they are looking for indirect ways to tell you that they like you, like offering you, asking you out on a date, or maybe asking you to hang out with them, or maybe go out with them to watch a movie, or some sort of an activity where, they could make it like obvious without saying it that they like you, right? This is what I am seeing. Then we have the the moon card. Okay, um the moon card talks about confusion, but it can also talk about masks, or about being quiet, right? As I told you earlier, that there is this hesitation. There is this hesitation to come forward. There is this hesitation to speak their mind, to tell you that, they love you. It's very difficult for this person. They are actually kind of, there is this feeling of fear that if they don't confess their love, maybe somebody else will come and take you, or maybe like there are these sets of negative scenarios in their head, that maybe group number one will never love them, or maybe group number one is like thinking that they're unattractive, or maybe somebody else will come and pick up group number one, and group number one will fall in love with somebody else, and I will be late. So there is a lot of pressure on them. I have to ask them out right now, I have to ask them right now. But there is this, I feel like they have a lot of fears about rejection, that, I will be rejected, and group number, I'm not that attractive. There is this low self-esteem, that I am not worthy of love, I am someone who doesn't deserve love, etc. Like, it's like that, right? Then we have the Two of Cups. Okay, the Two of Cups is basically, I can say it's a soulmate card, right? As you can see, this person is standing on water, and this person is standing on land, and then they're exchanging cups. They're like, okay, we are different, but maybe if destiny wants us, if God wants us, if there is something written for us in our fates, maybe we can be together, maybe we can like each other. Okay, now what I want to say here is that maybe it's some sort of a taboo relationship, or some sort of a love relationship, maybe, which is not accepted by the society. Maybe there is a caste issue, there could be a religion issue, there could be a nationality issue, there could be even a gender issue, something like that is coming in between you, that is bothering this person, that, I cannot confess my love because of this and that issue, because maybe it is a class issue, or something that is very important in their culture, and they feel like that if they will offer you a cup of love, would they be able to satisfy their family or their culture? Like, there are these pressures at the back of their head, that, would they get the support if they would tell other people that they like you, etc. Right? So this is basically what I am getting right now. I am getting this strong urge to pull out more cards and to give you more insight on this. Just wait a second. Okay, I thought that these cards would be enough, but I am getting that urge that no, Eman, you have to pull out more cards and you have to see what is happening, right? Okay, what does this person, what does this person think about group number one? What does this person think about group number one? Right? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. Like, okay, there is this mention about being sexually attracted to you as well, or maybe having this lust towards you as well, or finding you, attractive in a, in an adult way. And they really like your hair, they really like the way you are enthusiastic and passionate about what you believe in, about your goals. They really like it when you're enjoying life, when you're free, and when you are not feeling judged by other people. Like, they have, for themselves, they have this thing that they're scared when other people are judging them, but when they see you, they feel like, oh, group number one doesn't care about people. Group number one is a freedom loving person. They are living their life regardless of what other people are saying about them. They're free to do whatever they want. They are dancing, they're enjoying, they're singing. Maybe they saw you at a wedding or something, maybe they saw you at a festival or a carnival or some sort of a celebratory event, right? So maybe at a concert, like you guys met somewhere where people were enjoying, or maybe where people were laughing, and they saw that freedom in you. They really love your smile, they really love your hair color, they really love it when your hair is like, bouncing. They really like that fire inside of you. You might be a fire sign, or they might be a fire sign, like Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, right? Okay, so what else, like, what does group number one, what does this person think about you? What does this person think about you? Okay, then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, as I mentioned in the previous card, that they are very much like, interested about the passions, about your beliefs, and about the things that you actually believe in, about what drives you crazy or what drives you happy. So there is this thing that they actually, like how you are or what qualities you have. I feel like they are this type of a person, like a kind of a nerd person, or kind of a person who researches a lot on things, who goes on the internet and does their FBI thing, or who is really like, digging up people's IDs from their social media. I feel like this person is researching a lot about you. This person is looking into you. This person is fantasizing about you. They're dreaming about you. Like, how would life be with you? Like, if you two are living together, what would you do daily, on a daily basis? What would you, like, how would you spend time together? Like, it's this sort of a dreamy thing about them. And even here in the Moon card, there is this Pisces dreaminess here, that they could be having dreams about you. They could be like visualizing things, or like daydreaming about you, that if I am with group number one, I would do this and that, and I would like, hug them like this and that, and I would like sleep with them like this and that, etc., right? Adult stuff as well. What else does like this person think about group number one? Right. Okay. Okay, the Sun is the happiest card of the tarot, right? I feel like, when they see you enjoying, look at this person's movements, their body language. They can see that you're free from the heart when they see your body language. Maybe you're a dancer, or maybe you're a performer of some sort, or maybe you like to sing. Like, there is this thing about you that you bring joy to the situations where you are present. You're like a sunflower, right? I feel like this person, whenever they see you, they see a light behind you, or maybe they think that group number one will make me very happy if I befriend them, or if I make them my significant other, right? This is the whole thing that is coming over here. And I would say that, this person is quite interested in you. Please get to know this person if you like them back. they're kind of a very shy person, right? So this was all group number 1. Hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it, and do like, share and subscribe, guys. Take care. Goodbye, everybody. Hello, everybody. If you chose group number 2, this is your reading, right? Let's start with your oracle cards. Okay, what does this person think about you? This is the topic of the reading. Group number 2. Okay, your person, the first card for you here is intention. Let me read it out to you. It says, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Okay, I feel like this person, right? They were going through a very rough patch in life, right? And they made up their mind that now I will not be giving my energy to other people, and I will be setting strong boundaries, and I will just leave everything and focus on my goals, right? They they manifested and they prayed for a better future, for good people to surround them, and after they were finished praying, they saw you, right? And they are thinking that, I prayed to God, I manifested that, may I get a good friend, or maybe may I find good people in my life. And then suddenly I saw group number 2. This is what is coming over here, right? Like, there is this belief that you have good interests for them, and that you will not pose harm to them. Maybe this person has been bitten in the past, like in a metaphorical sense. This person has been stabbed in the past, and this person has faced like weird kind of a betrayal by friends or family, or by some ex-lover, right? So this person, when they made this prayer and then you entered into their life, they feel like, maybe this has something to do with destiny or fate, but like they're kind of thinking like this, right? And they're like, when I set my intention, when I prayed, you came, so there must be something very special about you. Maybe you are meant to be a good person or a positive influence in their life, right? This is what they think about you. Then the second card here is Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Okay, it says, love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this person, like, I feel like they have a very low self-esteem. They had a very low self-esteem in the past, and they used to beat themselves up for whatever happened to them. Like, they used to blame themselves that I didn't see the red flags, or maybe there was something wrong in me, that is why I was abused, or I should not have done that. So they're kind of blaming themselves, right, in the past. But there was a time when they decided, okay, it is time for unconditional self-love. This is time to love myself. This is time to take care of myself, to change my frequency. If I change my frequency, if I pray for the better, then maybe God or universe will give me something or someone very better in return. If I raise my frequency, I will find a person who has a high frequency and who matches me. If I live to my truest self, I will find a person who lives to their truest self. If I love myself unconditionally, I will find someone who will love me unconditionally, right? There is this thing about, they're kind of fighting their own self, about their self-worth. And then you came along suddenly, and they are kind of surprised. They feel like maybe you're a gift of God, or maybe God sent you, or some angel sent you in their life to help them, or to mend them, to glue their broken pieces back. This is the theme that I'm getting over here. This person is seeing that maybe you will help them recover, that maybe you will stand by them through thick and thin, or they are broken and maybe you will support them, maybe you will understand them. This person is kind of expecting understanding and empathy from you. This is what I'm seeing, right? And yeah, like luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. Okay, what I'm seeing is that this person could be a Sagittarius, okay, this person could be a Libra, this person could be a Cancer or Scorpio as well, right? Okay, what I'm seeing is that this person is like, yeah, this is my correct time, this is my good time, and they think that you are a lucky charm, they think that you are a symbol of good luck, you are a symbol of hope. They kind of like, even if this is a platonic relationship, right, even if you are just friends, they believe that you are someone who has genuine intentions and who is who is genuinely a good person. But obviously for the 70% of you, or for the 80% of you, this is a love reading, this person actually likes you and this person wants to be with you. But like right now I'm feeling like this person's heart chakra, or the place where the energy field is present around the heart, which is responsible for like, which can, you know, flow the feelings of love in them, that place in them is kind of blocked. Like, if even if they want to feel love towards a person, they cannot feel it because they are like kind of bound by fear, they are kind of scared by betrayal, and like they are trying to recover from that past, right? So right now they're not in a position to offer love at once. Yeah, they might be in a position to offer friendship or acquaintanceship right now, and they might want to observe you for a while before deciding if they want to be with you. And obviously they would want to be with you, but there is this, like, you know, uh, in my language there is this idiom which says दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक के पीता है, which means that if a person is burnt by hot milk, they will consume cold dairy products also with care and caution, because they have been burnt by dairy in the past. So this means that, you know, they've been through a lot in their past, and like they are kind of scared, right? Then we have the magician, right? The magician is like a manifester, somebody who prays and their prayer gets answered, right? Somebody who writes their destiny, or maybe somebody who is willing to let go of their past and move on to a new chapter of their life and accept a new destiny, right? It says, abracadabra, baby, the magician is in the house, ready to manifest some serious magic. Hashtag master of the elements, hashtag the magician tarot. Okay, the magician is a character in the tarot who has all the four elements like wands, cups, swords and pentacles at their control, and they can, you know, create a situation for them. Like, they are thinking about trying to approach you, or maybe trying to, you know, deepen this relationship, or maybe trying to be your friend. For some of you, they might even ask you out on a date as well. But what I am seeing is that they're trying to deepen this relationship, they're trying to strengthen the bond between you two. But and they're very hopeful, but they're like, you know, I'll do it with caution this time. But deep down they feel like they can like 100% trust you. And then we have the Hierophant, right? It says the Hierophant is the teacher, but also the spiritual leader, somebody who can, you know, okay, let's just first read it, then I'll explain. Remember, a good selfie isn't just about the pose, it's also about the lighting and the background. Let me show you how it's done. Selfie tips and Hierophant mentor. Okay, the thing here is that this person might be your teacher for some of you, might be your group leader as well, they might be in your workplace, they might be a team lead, they might be a senior, right, 2-3 classes senior than you in your university. Like from Hierophant I can also see an educational institute or a religious institute. Maybe you are in a book club and they are the president of that book club, right? So there is some relation with institutes here as well. So this person, maybe they might have gone through a divorce, there could be an age gap between you two, and I feel like that this person could be 10 years elder than you as well, like for some of you, and or maybe you could be 10 years older than this person. But I feel like this person has to teach you somehow, or maybe this person will teach you throughout his life even if this person isn't your teacher, if this person is a senior in your school or in your university, they might, give a hand to you in some project or in some assignment. They might, connect with you through an assignment. They might connect with you through a group chat where you're discussing some field of study, right? And oh my god, I'm not making, I didn't see the cards before. Okay, you have the high priestess. Okay, the high priestess and the high priest, which is also called the hierophant, they are a couple, right? They're a couple made in heaven. But let's see. Okay, the high priestess, here it says, listen closely, my loves. The whispers of the universe are all around us. The high priestess knows that sometimes the greatest wisdom comes from stillness and silence. Intuition is key, the high priestess. Okay, I am seeing that maybe you are really, you're a very wise person, you're a very knowledgeable person, and maybe you have a lot of empathy in you. Maybe you feel about the people around you. Maybe you can put yourself in other people's shoes. Maybe you can relate to other people. And like when you will see this person, this hierophant guy, and I feel like maybe you would see that this person is suffering. Maybe they're going through a breakup, maybe they're going through a divorce, maybe something really bad happened to them, and I feel like you're going to give them a shoulder. Maybe you're going to, like, take interest in them, and you're like, she has the news over here. You are going to ask this person, like, are you going through some trouble in your life? Can I help you? Like, can I give you a shoulder? And I'm seeing that you are also approaching this person. It's not like this person is manifesting you and this person is approaching you. This person prayed for a miracle, and you are that miracle. This person prayed for someone who will love them, and you are going to love them. And like I'm seeing that this person is kind of appreciating your knowledge. If you are in some study group or in some school or university, or maybe you are at some project, this person is going to be very impressed by your skills, because I feel like you are very skillful, you are very competent, and you are very what do you say, you like your brain works very uniquely, right? Your brain works very quickly, like I can say that. Okay, so there is this connection with you as well. Like they feel connected to you, and it's not just coincidence. There is something, because the hierophant and the high priestess, they came together, right? Then we have oh my god, okay, then we have the emperor. Okay, this person is definitely your senior. Maybe this is your boss or your CEO, somebody like that. Definitely, maybe this person is like kind of monetarily helping you or financially helping you as well. So this person is really impressed by you. This person really thinks that you have what it takes to be their partner. This person thinks that you deserve the position of their partner. This person, okay, this person might be somewhat egotistical in their workplace. They might be somewhat proudy in their workplace, but in their home space they are very lenient. They're very easygoing. This is their professional aura, this is their professional facade. When they are in, they might have a Capricorn in their Mars, or they might have a Venus in their Mars, like Venus, sorry, Virgo in their Mars, Capricorn in their Mars, uh, something like that. Yeah, they might have a very career driven Mars, and you maybe they might be an Aries, or they might have Aries in their Mars as well. They could have an Aries ascendant as well. This person is quite bossy in their workplace, and they are like ordering people around, but they don't want to do that with you, right? They I feel like this person doesn't trust others. This person feels that if they're nice with other people, or if they're lenient with other people, maybe other people will take advantage of them. So they like try to put on this mask, or maybe they are like kind of a workaholic kind of person who looks like they're ready to do like whatever it takes for them to do their business deals or whatever. Okay, so they're in a position of authority, right? Then we have the okay, then we have the judgment card. um this person has their eyes on you. I feel like when I'm doing this reading, or when you're watching this reading, this person would have decided that they want to approach you, that they want to be with you, and that they should be with you. Like, this person is this type of person that they, uh, before making a goal, right, before making a move, they like think about a situation so thoroughly about the uh, the pros and cons of the situation, and then when they have decided, okay, like I want this, like I want this person, or I want to do this project, then they try to work their way out of it. They work very hard. I feel like this person is going to try their best to win you over. Maybe they're going to woo you, maybe they're going to show you that they like you and that they want you to be with them. This is what I am seeing. I would like to pull out some more cards because I did so for group number 1, right? So group number 2, what does this person think about you? Group number 2, what does this person group number 2, what does this person think about you? Yeah, like, okay, 6 of Wands talks about being in the public light, right? Being famous. Maybe you are liked by so many people, or maybe you they feel like everybody likes you, right? They think that group number 2 is a good person because everybody talks good about them. They have a good reputation. You might belong from a good family, you might have a good background, you might be famous on social media, you might be famous on some platform, maybe you have debated in some societies. Like, it's like you're like quite famous among circles, and they have heard about you from other people. They have heard that you are very talented, and apart from being nice, apart from being a good person, you have these talents, you have these skills, you have this knowledge, this wisdom. Like, you have this thing about you that you attract attention. You might be a Leo moon or a Leo ascendant as well. So you have this thing. They really love the way you express yourself, they really love the way you stand, they really love the way you put, like, you put yourself together. They really like the way you dress up. They really like it that you are professional, that you're concerned about your goals, like that, right? Let's see, what does group number 2's person think about them? What does this person think about group number 2? 4 of Wands, they want to get to know you, and they want to maybe they're going to throw a party, maybe they're going to approach you in a party, maybe they're going to approach you in a festival or a carnival or some sort of a dinner, maybe a group dinner or something. They're going to have some talk with you, they're going to build a reputation with you, they're going to try to make you their friend, they're going to approach you, they're going to ask you about your hobbies, about what you want in life, what are your future goals. There are these desires that they want to give you money as well, because for them money is like giving money is a form of love. But they're kind of waiting that, because it will look creepy right now, but they have these desires to give you gifts, to buy you a car, to give you like some to buy you drinks, or to, like, there are these things, like they want to spend time with you and get to know you, right? There is this thing. Then they really love the shape of your arms. This is, I'm getting, or maybe the shape of your back, your waist from behind, like something like that. Okay, So what does this person think about group number 2? What does this person think about group number 2? We have the Hierophant. This has come again. Okay, they want to climb the ladder with you. They want to reach success with you. This person is very career driven, very career oriented. They might have Capricorn in the 10th house, or they might have okay, they might have Capricorn in the 10th house. They're very much concerned that they want to grow in life, they want to expand their career, they want to expand their business, and they want you to be a participant in it. They just don't want you to work for them, they want you to have shares in that thing. They want you to also own that business with them, because they want you to be with them. They're kind of, what I feel like, they're like, first of all, like, I have to make group number 2 like me, or group number 2 fall in love with me, and the rest I can do everything. The first thing that I have to achieve is to make them emotionally like me, but I don't know how it goes. They're like, they don't know much emotionally, because as you can see from the spread, they're a very earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and somewhat Aries type of a person, and they don't know much about emotional stuff. But I feel like they are like kind of going to give it a try, even if they don't know much, right? They are like kind of thinking that, I have to make my move, I have to do something, and I have to, spend some time with group number 2, make group number 2 notice me as an option. And then we have, oh my god, we have the Empress. It has come just below the Emperor card, right? The Emperor and the Empress are also couple cards. Here you can see the Empress is pregnant here with the World, and like, Empress talks about wealth, Empress talks about fertility, about prosperity. I feel like, when I mentioned earlier that this person wants to give you a car, they want to give you money, like this person thinks that money is happiness, that if you want to give anybody a gift, you can give them something expensive like that, and they want to actually give you gifts, they want to give you money. Like, I feel like there is this energy that they want to marry you, right? This person, I feel like they're not that much into dating, they're not that much into being a boyfriend or a girlfriend or being a partner. They want to have those papers signed and to make you their spouse, right? I feel like they think that you're very beautiful, and if they have children with you, they will be very beautiful as well. And then there is this thing that you are very attractive, you are very sexually attractive, you are very pleasing to their eyes. You feel like, they want to, okay, there is this thing, okay, they want to see you without clothes, right? There is this thought as well, but overall what I'm saying, they think that you should bear their children or whatever. I'm not this type of person, so I'm kind of freaking out. But okay, if you're that type of person and you like such people, that's very good. Everybody has a type. So okay. I was like, I'm so sorry, like, this is very cute and cringe, but okay. So okay, group number 2, that was your reading. Hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Take care. Do like, share and subscribe, guys. Okay, goodbye. Okay guys, if you chose group number 3, this is your reading. So what does this person think about you? And let's see. The first card is innocence. Okay, I'm getting songwriter vibes, I'm getting poetry vibes, I'm getting Pisces, Cancer energy. I'm also getting somewhat baby vibes. But let's just see, right? There is this Cancer vibe, there is this Pisces vibe, and soft, bubbly energy. Okay, this card says innocence. It says take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. Okay. I feel like this person is attracted to fairy tales, to mythological beings. This person could be interested in vampires, werewolves, and fairies, unicorns, poetry, songs, and stories and dramas. This is this type of a person. This is a very emotional person, and they feel like you are just like them. They feel like you are their mirror image, or they feel like, you know, you also, maybe you two sing, maybe you two belong to like some choir, maybe you two have the same song preferences, something like that. Maybe you two watch animes together, or you met through some cartoon group, something like that. Okay, this person thinks that you're very innocent. This person thinks that you are very nice, cute, sweet, soft, and you have these childlike features like soft skin. You have these bright eyes. You have this soft, beautiful voice. There's something to do with your voice, or you might be a singer, right? So this is what I'm seeing here. They're like, maybe you two sang together, maybe you two like played a game together, but maybe they saw you sing. They're also a singer, they might like singing, or they might like music, and maybe you two like poetry, or you two entered some poetry competition, you saw each other, you met through that, but they really like it, right? But it couldn't be like that for all of you. Obviously it's a general reading, but for some of you it could be like they have seen you perform somewhere, or they maybe you have spoken in a way that, you know, made their hair stand, gave them goosebumps. Maybe your voice is just so attractive that whenever you speak they feel that, you know, warm feeling in their heart, like it's something like that. Okay, you get that. So the first thing they feel about you is that you're like an angel, right? It's like you're shining, you're like the moon. You know, this poetry is coming up, I'm very sorry, but these are the messages that are coming. Like you're like the moon, you're like the stars, and you're like angels, you're like the shining bright light, and you are my desire, and like stuff like that is coming, right? Okay, what else is there for group number 3? It says, Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Okay, this person is eager to meet you again. This person is eager to even see you again. They want to bump into you. They maybe the place where you two first met, they are roaming around that place often, that they might get a glimpse of you. They are like, you know, they are maybe going to those cafeterias where you go often. They just want to see you. Like there is this thing that group number 3 is so shiny. I don't know what this means, but they're like, group number 3 is so beautiful, group number 3 is like so attractive. There is this, you know, there is this attraction in you. They feel like there is this vibe around you, that, like, you know, the way a butterfly is attracted to a flower, you're like that butterfly, and they're like that butterfly, and you're like that flower, right? Okay, something like that. You might know each other from childhood. You might be childhood friends. For some of you, your parents might be friends. They think that you are a flower. Like, they think that you're very beautiful. Like, how can someone be so cute? I want to bite them. Like, I feel like I want to, you know, hug them so tight. Like, I like them. I like group number 3. This person is really infatuated with you. Okay. Okay. Okay, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Okay, maybe this person is not in a relationship with you. Maybe you are in a relationship with someone else. Maybe this person is in a relationship with someone else and they have fallen out of love in that relationship, and they have started liking you. There is something very weird going on, like they cannot, like, approach you like this and tell you that, I like you. There is something that they need to finish first, some relationship they need to end first, or maybe they are engaged somehow, like some sort of a arranged engagement or something, and they want to break it off because they've fallen in love with you. They have to, do something beforehand, before approaching you. Like they have to do something to have this right to be with you. Or you are maybe going through a divorce and they're waiting for it to end. Like there is something that they're waiting for, right? And this person is like, maybe you are like giving some exams and you're like, they're like waiting for your graduation so they can, ask you out. Like you are in a certain situation and they're waiting for a certain time, and they're like, I can wait for group number 3, and they will, like, I can, I like them so much. Maybe, I can, try something. Maybe I can, show them how I feel, and maybe there is a chance. I feel like this person thinks they don't have a chance with you, right? They feel like they're just a fan and you're some star, and why would you give them attention or something like that, right? Then we have the Judgment card over here. Okay, it says, as I stood before the Almighty, excitement and joy overwhelmed me as God opened his arms to welcome me, and with the sound of the trumpet, the feast in heaven begins. Judgment Day, heavenly feast, grateful heart. Okay, what I see here is that they're like, there are very little chances of me ending up with group number 3, so I must pray, or I must, let it go with the flow. Like if we are meant to be, then we will be together, but if we are not meant to be, then I shouldn't force this. Okay, this person is like this type of person who gives up easily. I feel like they're a very, like, kind of like they don't take first actions in life. They have never taken a stand in their life. This is what I'm seeing. Like they have always been a passive type of a person, somebody who waits around for the right opportunity and is still kind of scared. I'm not trying to shame them, I'm just saying, like, they're this type of a person who is kind of a passive person. They're not impulsive. Sometimes they wait for the other person to take the first move, like that, right? Then we have the Pamela Coleman Smith. This is a special card in this tarot deck. It says, yet another day, another adorable rainbow bear find. These little bears seriously make my heart explode with happiness. Drop your favorite collectibles in the comments, peeps. Collective vibes. Okay. It's like, okay, they feel that you are unattainable. They can only see you from afar. There is this thing that they feel like there is a big disconnect. Like, here I am seeing that you two are on a different level, right? One is a big horse, one is a small horse. Here they are like, maybe it won't work out, right? Here they are like, if it is written in my destiny, then I will get it. Here they are like, they're viewing you as a collectible, or like they have this huge difference from you. Like there is this thing that they're like, they're kind of like negatively manifesting this distance with you. They're like, no, it's never gonna work out. For some of you, it's like, my parents are never gonna agree with it, or my society is never gonna agree with it, or maybe there's a lot of distance, maybe you are not gonna agree with it, something like that, right? They're like, okay, it's never gonna work out. My friend is sleeping with me, and hello. Hello. Okay. Then we have the Three of Cups. They feel like, they can be just friends with you. They will be friend zoned with you. They feel like you won't find them attractive. Maybe they're not meant for you. 2, 4, 6, 8. We think you're super great. Go team, go. Girl squad cheerleaders rock, Three of Cups. Okay, they might be in some sort of a debate competition, or might be in some sort of a sport with you. They are like in some team with you, but they are like, they might be your colleague, but they're like, I can just be a colleague with them. Or maybe they will never take them seriously. If I'm going to say that I like you, maybe group 3 will make fun of them, or maybe they will feel so humiliated that they would have to leave that job, or like their negative thoughts are very loud in this reading. Then yeah, what else can we expect? We have Three of Swords here. They're bleeding inside because they're actually kind of rejecting you before even asking you, and they're even visualizing that you are rejecting them, you're laughing at them, or maybe you're not taking them serious, or maybe there is this thing that group number 3 will always think of me as just a friend, or maybe they will never take me seriously, or maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe group number 3 already has someone and I can never have them. Like they have these weird thoughts in their head all the time, and like this person is definitely a Pisces moon, or a Pisces sun, or a Cancer sun. I'm telling you, like, this person is a crybaby. I'm not saying that all Cancers and all Pisces are crybabies, but I'm just saying, okay, this might be prominent in their chart. They're like they didn't even say anything, and then they're visualizing everything, and then they're like kind of like, I should probably tell them that I like them, but what if, like, but I feel like this energy is quite weak. This is just very like, maybe I should write them some poetry, maybe I should, send them a picture, maybe I should share them some post with them, maybe I should share some memes with them. Like they're not actually directly communicating with you, which is very weird. Like I am getting angry over here, but just say it. Okay, if this person is meant for you, just say it. But this person has to wait, and they have to process what they're feeling. Let's see, let's pull out some more cards. What does this person think about you, group number 3? What does this person think about you? I feel like they have their throat chakra blocked because I'm having severe pain while talking. But okay, this person, oh my god, this person really loves you. Like, okay, this person thinks that maybe if things work out, they can have children with you. They might, there is this dream. Okay, let me, talk about this dream. In this dream, there is a beautiful hut, there is a beautiful house in some far away forest, and there is a couple who lives there, group 3 and them, and they have 2 children, and those children are playing with each other. There are like, they have planted some crops over there, some fruit trees over there. They have a bench over there, and they're watching the birds sitting together, getting old, and something like that, right? They have these wishes and dreams, and they're just in their head, and they're dreaming like, what if. Okay, what does this person think about group number 3? What does this person think about group number 3? Yeah, there is this moon card. Like, there is just distance between you two. You two are of different colors. Like, you two are not compatible. They are like in this dream world that, okay, I will never be able to have group number 3, but I can, at least dream to be with them. Like this person themselves is manifesting negatively. Instead of thinking I can never have them, they can think that maybe I can hope, maybe I can ask them out, but this person is very hopeless, right? This person is very hopeless. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, what does this person think about group number what does this person think about group number 3? Oh my god. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups. This person is like kind of crying over spilt milk, which hasn't even spilled, but they're still crying. They're like, I can never have them, they will never be mine. And maybe you rejected this person in the past, and they're like, I cannot ask them again, something like that. behind this person there is a cup that is full of good things, but they're just focusing on the negative stuff. They're focusing on how they cannot have you, how this is never meant to be, etc., instead of working on themselves, instead of improving themselves and becoming a better version of themselves, and to attract, instead of attracting good things around them, they are like manifesting bad things around them, which is very weird. Okay, so this was it, group number 3. Hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Do like, share and subscribe, guys. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Bye bye.